If you need to sell a house that needs a bunch of repairs you can't afford, whether it's your current house or perhaps it's an inherited house or a rental that has completely worn you down, don't spend a dollar, because I'm about to show you the one move that lets you sell without making any repairs. This is the first video in a 3-part series. Today is all about strategy. In the next video, we'll talk about who you can actually trust to help you implement that strategy, and then we'll wrap things up by walking through how to choose the right exit path for your situation. So let's get into it. The first step always catches sellers off guard. I want you to get your own home inspection. Now, I know that sounds a little counterintuitive when you're planning on selling the house as is, but this one decision shifts the entire power dynamic, which is usually in the buyer's hands, to you. When sellers don't have their own home inspection, the first real conversation about repair problems happens after you're already under contract. That's when the buyer brings in their inspector, and now the repairs become a negotiation tool used to drive down your sales price. The buyer has all the information, and you, as the seller, you're just reacting to it. When you get the inspection first, everything changes. You're not waiting to be surprised. You already know what's there. You've defined all of the issues before anyone else can, and now you're setting the tone for the entire transaction. Instead of responding to the buyer's inspection, the buyers are now responding to yours. And that's how you take control of the narrative before the negotiations even start. The next step is pretty straightforward. I want you to take that report and give it to 2 licensed contractors, and I want you to ask them to quote on everything, not just the obvious items. Everything. When you do that, you end up with something incredibly useful. A clear, documented picture of what the house needs and what those repairs realistically cost. That changes how buyers react. Instead of guessing or assuming the worst, which they always do, buyers are looking at the real information. All conversations from that point on are grounded in facts. With those estimates, I want you to take the lower of the 2 and reduce your sales price according to the amount of the repairs. When that inevitable lowball offer comes in, you know it's coming, you can calmly say, hey, the price of the house already reflects the condition of the house. Here's the inspection, here are the estimates, end of conversation. That is an example of why this is such a strong strategy. You are now completely confident and in the know about the condition of your house. You are able to set a fair price for that house. You can defend that price, and you've not fixed a single thing. You're ready for the market. You've done all of your homework. You've done all of the upfront work to set yourself up for success. Make sure that your agent puts in the listing notes, this house only qualifies for cash and conventional buyers. That way, you're only attracting buyers that can actually buy the house as it sits. Everything that we've talked about so far is about putting you in the best possible position to sell your house as is on the market. But sometimes dealing with all of the repairs isn't the hardest part. Life is. You might be relocating. You might be settling in a state. You might be a landlord that is done. Or maybe the idea of coordinating showings, timelines, negotiations, all of that is just too overwhelming. When that's the case, speed and simplicity matters way more than squeezing out every last dollar. That is when taking an offer directly from an investor off market can make sense. When your priority is not how can I get the most money out of this, but how can I get out of this situation as quickly as possible, the investor offer is going to be your best move. Okay, now that you understand the strategy of how to sell a house without making repairs, the next question that usually comes up is, who can I actually trust to help me execute this? Not every agent understands as is sales, and definitely not every investor has your best interest in mind. In the next video, we're going to slow this down a little bit, and we're going to talk through what questions to ask, what answers raise red flags, and how to know when it's okay to walk away. If you want to avoid being pushed into the wrong solution, come back next week for episode 2. I'm going to leave you with one last thing. If you have a house in Metro Atlanta that you need a little extra help thinking through, feel free to reach out to me. Click the Work With Me link in the description below. Or if you just have a question, click the Ask Me Anything button. I read and answer each and every one of those questions. All right, I'm done. I'll see you in the next video.